The most recent problem in the less aggressive 4,500 gallon are the firewoods, in particular the big firewood catfish. The smaller one has been a sweetie, eating what I feed, but the bigger one decided that he is a big and dangerous predator, which they are. So he ate all the Viaja hybrids that were put in here. He tried to eat some of the 3 tilapia, but he couldn't take him down, I guess, so he stopped. But lately he's been decided to go after the 4 smallest phoenix barbs. So they all bear the marks of his advances. All 4 of them. Some of them better, this one is probably the best. This one is one of the worst. And Masir like this would probably also be in his range of interest. This smaller Masir, see, he's got his pectoral fin damaged, and this big phoenix carp's got his upper lobe badly damaged. I think it's him too. Upper lobe of the tail. So it's time for him to go. We're gonna upgrade him to this 25,000 gallons. I don't know yet if I'm gonna put the smaller one in there too. Maybe I'll just wait a little and just take the big guy. Now the reason is that, as I mentioned in the prior video, Josh of High Fish Rescue said that they lost 3.5 foot firewood catfish by just transferring the fish from one tank to another from stress. So I'm thinking that maybe it's a good idea to transfer both of them in there in the 25,000 and hope that Arapaima will not think they're food, despite them being so thin-bodied, thin-built. Smaller guy is kind of funny. He's developing a little bit of a gill curl on both gills, right on the top. I don't know why. The bigger guy doesn't have that. A girl. Probably the bigger is a girl, and the smaller is a male. So I'm thinking maybe it's good idea. Maybe it's a good idea to put them both there. But if they get eaten or killed, it'll prove to be a bad idea. By Arapaima or maybe by this transfer, who knows. Having lost so many fish already, big fish, to just transferring them around the tanks, I'm not sure anymore. Well, we'll see how badly they fight in the net. I'm not going to let them fight too much in the net or in the bag, in the plastic bag. My plan is to chase them into this PVC bag first. It's a thin, thick-walled bag for shipping prickly fish. Chase them in with that big net. If not, maybe net them. And then bag him, put him in the cooler, and transfer him to the 25,000 gallons. That's my plan. But we will see how it works out in reality. I may have to sedate them if they fight too much, because I don't know how to sedate them right now. There's so many tank mates around them. It's impossible. They need to be isolated to be sedated. So I could only sedate them in a bag, or once I bag them. But in the process of bagging them, or placing them in the bag, they're gonna fight and stress a lot. So that could be moot by then. Alright. I'm gonna have to go in anyway. Okay, both guys are in their new home. Now we gotta pray that they're not too stressed, and the arowana don't think they're edible. They turn out to be pretty calm catfish, relatively speaking. No thrashing, just a few thrusts. No death roll, no nothing. As you saw, I was able to grab their head by my hand and guide them in the bag out of the net. And they haven't struggled so much in the net. So I think this was one of my gentlest transfers I could ever have done. Very, very gentle. Almost no ripped fins. Just a little bit the tips of the pectoral fins, which are very, very sharp, very dangerous. Spines. The story of our colleague and friend Josh Arpool from the UK comes to mind. He was stabbed by a 3-foot firewood catfish in his arm. It went in like an inch or so, so he had to go and get medical treatment, stitches, almost an operation on his hand. It was like a 44-inch firewood, so almost 4 foot, 3.5 feet. He was trying to rehome it, and he was catching it in his dark van with little light while bagging it or whatever he was doing, and the fish was thrashing around, and it managed to stab him real good with the pectoral fin. Okay, we'll visit with them a little later. Turn off the light, let them relax a little bit. They look to be about 3 feet long. So in 1.5 years, 3 feet. They also like the company of each other. So oftentimes they stick together. Just like they're doing now. By the grace of God, I was able to preserve their snouts intact. Almost all the big firewood catfish in captivity have their snouts broken, the very tip. It's bent, usually down, sometimes up. their upper jaw is way longer than their lower jaw. They have a huge overbite. I don't know, like on that size, maybe like a couple of inches of underbite, of overbite, I'm sorry. So that upper jaw breaks when they ram into a wall. When they're spooked or their tank is too small or whatever. For some reason we got lucky and it never happened 2 hours yet. Hopefully it will never happen, but there's no guarantees. Go check out your new home. It's a lot bigger. That's right. Go check it out. See, they're keeping together. They find comfort in being together. I don't know until what age this will continue, but this has been since we got them. First time it meets a paroon, and paroon meets them. First time for the walagos, first time for the red tails, first time for the hybrids, and first time for the whales. The ripsaw, they lived together for a long time, for a year. And the Indian shovelnose, of course, the first time. The red, they knew, red, the red tail, they lived together a long time too. So they may remember each other. This is the bigger, this is the girl, I think. Yeah, the bigger one. No, this is a smaller one, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to say. Yeah, this is the bigger one. That's the small one.